Have a guess what it's by. Flying Spur. Barb's also got Concord Flight engaged. Zillion, not much luck last start, about to walk forward. The rider Bernadette Cooper in the cerise jacket with the white Maltese cross and cap. And the grey representative here is Sacra Claus, and Danny Beasley in the saddle. Orange jackets with the green seams and green cap. Quite a bit of traffic on nearby Allison Road. And Sacra Claus is in, and everything is A-OK for a start. In the first of the day, the One World Plate. And they're off. Dance Director jumped reasonably from the inside. Star Varick first out. Centre's Gift got out well, and so did the favourite Glen. Then Rip On By, followed by Call Me Lily. A break then to King of Rhythm. Dance Director spying first. Stop over Concord Flight. Glory to Glory. Zillion wide. And Sacra Claus drops to the rear. Into the back they go, and Centre's Gift, the second favourite, is keen to run. Opens up by 2.5 lengths on Star Varick past the 1400. Glen third, followed by Stopover. Then Rip On By, a length and a half to King of Rhythm. Call Me Lily parked on the inside of Spying Fur, and then Concord Flight is on the back of its stablemate Spying Fur. Inside of Concord Flight is Dance Director. From Glory to Glory, Zillion next to last, and Sacra Claus is last. They're stringing out now, racing along towards the 1000 corner, and Centre's Gift in front by a length and 3/4 on Star Varick. Glen on the rails third, then Stopover travelling on the outside of Rip On By, followed by King of Rhythm. Midfield on his inside is Call Me Lily as they work their way to the 800, and then a gap to Spying Fur, followed by wider out on the track Glory to Glory, Dance Director, and then Concord Flight on the last pair of Sacra Claus and Zillion. Centre's Gift has been in front from shortly after the start, and by the 600 has a lead of a length and a half on Star Varick. A length away third is Glen, followed by Stopover. King of Rhythm making some headway around Rip On By from Call Me Lily, and then Dance Director and Spying Fur given a slap with a whip, straightening up now, and Centre's Gift up the rise, 2.5 lengths on Glen giving chase. Star Varick's given up the ghost, and then King of Rhythm followed by Rip On By. Glen is out after Centre's Gift in earnest and past the 200. Centre's Gift is just the leader. Glen's almost got him, then Rip On By. Centre's Gift and Glen with Rip On By on the outside coming home doggedly. Centre's Gift grabbed by Glen, and Glen gets there. It's Glen from Centre's Gift and Rip On By from Call Me Lily with Dance Director. Then Star Varick, a good margin. King of Rhythm dying on his run, followed home by Concord Flight. Sacra Claus, Zillion never came into the race, and then Stopover followed by Spying Fur, and Glory to Glory was last. Glen, number 2, ridden by D. Beedman. Centre's Gift, by gee, didn't he box on well, Centre's Gift, but Glen's just got there from Centre's Gift and Rip On By. That's the way you'll find them after the judge examines the finish links on the One World Plate. On Tab Limited, Glen number 2 will pay $3.40 and $1.50. Centre's Gift number 5 fought on very well, $2. And Rip On By number 4 will pay $3.80. Glen starting the day well for Crown Lodge by Grand Lodge from the Bletchingley mare Car Shelton. He's raced consistently, this fella. 12 starts, 4 wins, 3 seconds and a third, and he did enjoy a lovely run behind the pace today. 2, 5, 4 and 1 are official. 2 Glen, D. Beedman first, 5 Centre's Gift by Centane. John O'Shea the trainer, Larry Cassidy the rider second, and number 4 in third spot, and that's Rip On By Belldale, Lear from Dawn Fox, Chris Waller, Glen Boss, Call Me Lily, and Dance Director 4th and 5th respectively, 1 and 3. Time.
Now here's Unbridled Secret coming up into the line. Just a couple to move along, including Prove It, Riona, and Vegas Show. Vegas Show has trialled on 2 occasions and performed very well, particularly the last trial when she won easily and ran the quickest time of the morning. Here she is now coming up. Andrew Findlay on board. Track is rated as good, 4.25 the penetrometer reading, rail in the true place as it was on Saturday, and that penetrometer is a little firmer, indicating the track a little firmer than it was on Saturday. Now they're all in for the Acorn for the fillies. Race number 1, all clear. set, and away they go. Vegas Show, one of the first to bound out of the line. Well Tone got out fast too, and also showing some pace is Leisure on the outside, and pushing up along the inside Lady Sophia. As they settle down though, it's Vegas Show on the outside leading about a half length to Well Toned. Lady Sophia on the fence, and Leisure's up in fourth placing. 2 lengths to Footwear, another 2 lengths to No Chatter and Riona, and well back in the field is Unbridled Secret, and Prove It is last of all as they come up towards the home turn. And it's Vegas Show now crossing to the rail at the 400 metres, leading from Well Toned. Leisure 2 lengths away on the outside of Lady Sophia. Then Footwear, Riona and Prove It pulled out wide from No Chatter, Unbridled Secret. Well on the straight though, and here it's Vegas Show kicking away with about a 2-length lead. Lady Sophia sticks to her guns well on the inside. Well Toned can't go on. Footwear with a run. Vegas Show about a length in front of Lady Sophia, who's trying for a run on the inside, but Vegas Show holds her out, and it's Vegas Show by a length and a half to Lady Sophia. 2 or 3 lengths away, Footwear grabbing third in front of Unbridled Secret, who made some ground on the inside, and Riona. Then came Prove It, the weakening Well Toned. Leisure also weakened out of it to run second last, and No Chatter was last in. Living right up to the trial performances, number 8 Vegas Show jumping to the front from the barriers, and then maintaining about a length's lead for the majority of the straight. Good victory, 8 Vegas Show, Andrew Findlay and David Brideoak, to pay $270 and $150 on Super Tab. Second will go to Lady Sophia, Gary Mathrick, and third goes to number 3 Footwear, Darren Gauci. Second horse to pay $250, $2 for third, 8, 2 and 3 in the first of the day. Yes, this Footwear paid $2, Quinella $16.80, the Exacta $22.80, and the trifecta returning $132.60, $132.60 the try on 8, 2 and 3. Margins were a length and a quarter by 2, and the time 57.63, 57.63 puts them 1.5 outside of the course record. That's a good.
And Emma's Son will be the last. Good afternoon, all viewers on both our Sky services. And we welcome listeners on Radio 2KY throughout New South Wales and surrounding areas. And Oakbank today is a huge day. 31 degrees is the forecast high. And they are starting to move in for the first event of the day. Kurt, $2.40, $3 for Mystic Grey, $5.50 Final Mist. And they're just about ready to run. Just about set for the first. So a visitor checking that the sandwich platter's arrived. Thank you very much. Now they're ready. No, still a couple out in fact. As you can see there, number 8, Power from Port, about to move in. 2.40 Kurt, Mystic Grey 3.10, now 2.30 for Kurt. You'll find Murray Bridge horses are suited here at Oakbank because of the downhill run at Murray Bridge. Horses trained at that track do race well here. We saw one Saturday at about 60 to 1, Dam Salak Warrior, figure in the first 3, hopelessly out of grade, but was there at the end. And that horse is a stablemate to Kurt. Set for the first, it's Grey's, off and racing, and Kurt was away well from out wide. Nicely away, Mystic Grey, Touch of Grey. Saxony Girl is booting through out wider on the course, and up there also was Emma's Son. Kurt settling just off the speed, being followed by Khan Ali back on the rails, and then China Viceroy from Grey Area, and a length away last is last year's winner of this race, Final Mist. About to leave the back, 700 metres to go, and Saxony Girl ahead in front of Mystic Grey. 2 to Power from Port from Emma's Son, Touch of Grey, China Viceroy. Then Grey Area. Kurt's a fair way back, but has not been involved in this early tussle. The speed's been on, and he's moving up now, and Final Mist is following him home around the turn at the 400. Mystic Grey came back to lead Saxony Girl from Power from Port. Out wider Emma's Son, and Kurt let go with his run. Then China Viceroy. Mystic Grey is under siege. China Viceroy getting through wider Power from Port. Kurt, then Grey Area, and Final Mist is starting to sweep home wider out. Kurt's hit the lead. Final Mist is coming after him. Kurt, though, clear of Final Mist. He's going to be too strong, the top weight. Beautifully handled by Gat. Kurt won by a length to Final Mist, and third in the race was Power from Port from China Viceroy. Not far away was Grey Area, a nice debut from a spell. So too Carnali, a nice run wider out together with Emma's Son. Saxony Girl knocked up. Mystic Grey, well, was involved in a speed duel with that runner, and Touch of Grey was last. Kurt That's the biggest winning margin he's ever had, I'd say. About a length and a half. Kurt, number 1. Paul Gatt for Paul Seater by Dolphin Street from Final Walk. He's won 5 of 14. He's run 6 seconds. And had he run second on one other occasion, he would have equalled the Australian record for consecutive seconds. But today he was well ridden by Gatt, who just sat back and allowed him to find his feet. And they were going fast, and they just didn't have the class to hold him off. Now, second will be Final Mist, Wayne Kerford for Glenn Webb at Geelong. Also came from a long way back. Power from port number 8, Jared Marks for Brian Searle. Head-on shows this huge crowd around the home turn. That's the flat right of screen. And then you can see the crowd also there in the background at the top of the home straight. And here's Kurt quickly going by Amma's Son, which was a trifle disappointing. And you'll find that perhaps later in the day they might be winning from wide out, but you can win from anywhere at Oakbank. It's a very grueling straight of about 380 metres, all uphill. It's a massive climb, in fact. And if you're good enough, you can get the money today at Oakbank. An experienced track walker told me that it is better than Saturday today. They put a little bit of water on the track, and they've rolled it and made a few adjustments there down the hill. And
3, 8 and 5. This is the second race, the first of our stakes races for coverage. The listed PJ Bell as we return to the track.
Coming into line now for race number 2. A lot of interest here in Moon Magic, a filly by Casual Lies, purchased by the Claros family, trained for the Claroses by Gay. They've had a great deal of success, haven't they, over the years? And Moon Magic, first up since running 7th in the soliloquy at Ellerslie on the 1st of December. She's only had the 6 starts. And Gal Roof, trained by Mike Maroney, well in the market. Bernadette Cooper replacing Jason Patton, has only had the 1 run in Australia since coming over from New Zealand. And to those that saw the win at Echuca, they were quite impressed. But a very, very open affair. On tab limited at the moment, number 2, La Lagoon, runs the favourite, 470 and 240. And we don't often see the Robert Sangster colours carried in Sydney these days, but we see Scott Seamer sporting the green with the royal blue sleeves, white cap with the green spots aboard La Lagoon here. So 480 now for number 2 as we scan down the tote board, and we get to number 12 or number 10 Moon Magic at 550, and number 12 Gal Roof is at $7.30. First event of the day, won by 2 Glen. Darren Beatman beat 5 Centres Gift, 4 Rip On By, and 1 Call Me Lily. Ran 4th. Now, coming up to line is Twilight Rose, field of 17 running in the second of the day, and the Queenslander Paladama is a little toey, drawn near the inside. Twilight Rose is getting set now. Not quite in the gates at the moment. Finishes well in her races, Twilight Rose. Brett Treble riding her this afternoon. She was a last start winner at Warwick Farm. Now in she goes, Twilight Rose, and it looks as though we're set for action. The PJ Bell, named after a former chairman of the AJC, Jim Bell. And they're off and racing this time, and Paladama a little slowly away, and Oomph began with gusto and leads Illuminar a length on settling. Going up quickly is La Lagoon, Hanky Panky and Vita, and nicely positioned. Gal Roof is going to be caught a bit wide. Teachy going up on the inside, followed by Donna Dane. A length and a half to Moon Magic, followed closely then by, on the outside, Quam Clarita fleecing LA France. Then Paladama, good margin off Miss Basilapo, Quality, Twilight Rose and Island Storm to the 650, and here Illuminar joining Oomph, a length and a half to La Lagoon, followed by Teachy, Vita, and then Gal Roof, Hanky Panky, followed by Donadane, Moon Magic fleecing out very wide. Then Paladama, Quam Clarita's losing ground from LA France, Twilight Rose, Miss Bustle, Island Storm, and Apo Quality. Oomph leads them around the corner, and up the rise comes Oomph, a length and a half clear, followed by La Lagoon, the Queenslander, Teachy, plenty of room, and Gal Roof and Bernadette Cooper are coming down the outside, but by golly, Oomph is giving a sight to the 120. They can't get near Oomph. She streaked away, and it's Oomph about 4 on a good go for Miners, but Oomph bolts it in. Oomph from a photo, Donna Dane and Teachy. And then came on the outside Gal Roof, followed by Miss Bustle, the Fair Runner Gap, Paladama, Twilight Rose, La Lagoon, Island Storm, Moon Magic, Apo Quality, Hanky Panky, Fleecing, followed by Illuminar and Vita, and Quam Clarita were the last 2. Gee, that was a decent effort. Lenny Beasley on number 3, Oomph, jumped best, and they couldn't get nearer in the straight. The further she went, the Flying Spilly came away from her nearest rival or rivals. And Oomph has put up a decent performance at her second run back from a spell. She was down the course at Canterbury in the birthday card on the first night of the carnival, the STC Golden Slipper Festival, but today she's raced brilliantly. She's going to pay about $21.10 for the win, and the place tote will be $5.30. 14 Teachy is prominent for second with 15 Donna Dane. Here are the numbers coming up now. 3, 14, 15 and 12. Oomph, L. Beasley the winner, $21.10 and $5.50. 14 second, Teachy, Brent Stanley for Mark Curry at Toowoomba, $7.40. And number 15, Donna Dane. The third, Rod Quinn for John Hawkes, has paid $4.40. Number 12, Gal Roof, ran fourth.
At West Texas, it was easy but trimmed again. And then Condy's Fair, who's come in for support, and next Fillory. Cavallo Bruno an easing favourite. Now Zabuan ready on the inside with Fillory, Augusta. Cavallo Bruno is ready. There's Zatopek going in. Very open race. West Texas backing up after his run, finishing second to Firetain at the Valley on Thursday night over 3,000 metres. Is Irish Glen. He's the likely front runner in the race. He and Fillory are the natural pacemakers in it. Irish Glen getting out to a long trip for the first time, and he's got this nice firm surface today which he will enjoy. Luke Carry on Augusta. Here's Irish Glen coming in now. Condy's Fair is ready. Got a long way out of his ground at Camperdown last start. Now Bow Ties has moved in. The 9-year-old has set. And here's West Texas for Mark Zara coming in. Mark claimed half a kilo only. And they're all in, set to go. Away they go, and Condy's Fair actually one of the first out. Zatopek went across the heels and heads for the rails early. Fillory and Augusta with Irish Glen are all showing pace, and then Bow Ties. And Cavallo Bruno left the widest runner coming down the straight the first time. Augusta made play. Irish Glen a length away second, and Cavallo Bruno moved up third. Fillory has the trail in fourth. About a length and a half or two then to Bow Ties. A length to Zabuan on the inside, and then Condy's Fair. Well back as Zatopek and West Texas last of all. It's a good strong tempo out by the 1800 metres, and Augusta's in front, led by 2 lengths. The big fellow Irish Glen lobbed along in second. 3 lengths away as Cavallo Bruno, 2 lengths to Fillory. 3 or 4 lengths further back as Zabuan on the inside of Bow Ties. 1.5 Condy's Fair. He's followed by Zatopek and West Texas on the outside last of all. 1500 to go, and it's Augusta at his debut at this sort of distance range, leading by 2 lengths. Irish Glen in second placing. Break of 4 lengths Cavallo Bruno by the 1400, 2 to Fillory. Another 3 lengths of Buin, who's running 5th on the inside of Bow Ties. 2 behind them Condy's Fair, and then Zatopek on the rail, and West Texas 3/4 away as last of all. Augusta by the 1200, back that tempo off a little, led by a length and a half. Irish Glen about 4 lengths away is the top weight Cavallo Bruno from Fillory, and then Zabuan, and West Texas improves his place now. 1 to Condy's Fair, and about 3 lengths to Bow Ties with Zatopek now last of all. 900 left to go. They're heading out to the railway side, and Augusta by 3 lengths. He got away a bit on Irish Glen. West Texas straight up wide out into third. Cavallo Bruno still there, going for a run between horses now, and then a length to Fillory. Condy's Fair round the outside of Zabuan, trailed by Zatopek, and Bow Ties now last. Up near the 600 metres end, Augusta by a length. West Texas raced up into second from Irish Glen, Cavallo Bruno. Then Fillory, and Condy's Fair is the fresh one on the scene. He's starting to come home well. West Texas took the lead before the turn. He drew about a neck in front of Augusta the rail. Irish Glen under the whip, and then just behind them is Condy's Fair, winding up from Cavallo Bruno and Fillory. Augusta kicking back along the inside, and again has taken the lead from West Texas. Condy's Fair the outside, then Irish Glen, Cavallo Bruno and Fillory. Augusta with 100 to go, with coming at him Condy's Fair. West Texas, Cavallo Bruno getting a run through. Fillory late. Condy's Fair hit the lead. Cavallo Bruno rails up. Condy's Fair in front. Condy's Fair has won a good contest, a neck on the line to either Cavallo Bruno the inside or Fillory. West Texas missing a place, and then Irish Glen, Augusta. They were trailed further back in the field by Zatopek, and at the tail end is Zabuan in company with Bow Ties. Condy's Fair, Stephen King and Peter Lafferty combining to take out the Nearham Handicap Race 2 to pay $6.90 and $2.20. Good tough staying performance to get home. Not much in it for the minor end of the prize here. We've got Cavallo Bruno the inside and Fillory on the outside, 4 and a photo. Condy's Fair's been a good Country Cups kind of horse, and he's been battling with the big weights lately and getting a long way back in the field. Gee, this is nearly a dead heat for the second position, looking at the print that I've got in front of me. I think the judge will be... it is a dead heat, yeah. Now it's a dead heat second. Cavallo Bruno and Fillory dead heating for second, so 4 and a dead heat between numbers 1 and 5 for the minor end. And they've run 2:29.34, 2:29.34. Irish Glen had his chance up in second placing. He battled away at the end of the race. Cavallo Bruno kept on coming. His run was good coming back from the 3,200 metres. Augusta gave a bit of cheek, kicked back after being headed in the early part of the straight. West Texas loomed large, hit the front coming around the home turn, but he couldn't go on with it. His weekend back into 4th placing on the line. 5th was Augusta, but Cavallo Bruno was a nice performance out of it. 4 and a dead heat 1 and 5 on race number 2. Here are the divvies.
Every time he attempts to get aboard, Paul Gatt, the horse, just goes into a frenzy. Now another attendant comes in and takes the other ear. Now they're controlling both ears and they have the horse under control momentarily. Let's see what happens now as Paul gets aboard. Beautiful warm day, heading up to 29 degrees. A bigger crowd than Saturday, but nowhere near a record, I would think. They're ready. Racing now. Lucy's Gift jumped okay, so did Easy Pick, Liberal Sally, and Squirtle away nicely. Also Cavalli Veloci, Flamebird is driving through with Kuda Tiara finding the rail and the lead. Kuda Tiara led Cavalli Veloci, followed by Flameberg. Then came on the inside Wilds of Virginia, Burzam, Liberal Sally's 3 deep. Further back Secret Haze into a nice spot outside Pelagia, followed then by Squirtle, who's well back, and they were followed by Glitzy Guru likewise. Easy Pick second last, and Lucy's Gift is last of all.
As they go by the 950 and the pilot is Kuda Tiara, 3/4 on Cavalli Veloci, a length away Flamebird. 3 deep around Burzam and Wilds of Virginia on the rails, and then Liberal Sally wider out. Pelagia midfield from Secret Haze, racing under a good hold, and then Glitzy Guru. Secret Haze got the head up in the air there at the 700-metre corner. Second last is Squirtle, and last of all is Easy Pick as they work off the back straight. Lucy's Gift sneaking along the rails at the 550. Flamebird wide out, went up to join Cavalli Veloci from Kuda Tiara under pressure, then Burzam. Secret Haze is moving stylishly into the race, wider out. Has gone by Pelagia, but Glitzy Guru gets her back, and she's coming home well. At the 350, Cavalli Veloci, Flamebird, Liberal Sally, Secret Haze let go with a big sprint. Pelagia follows her home, and then wider out on the track, battling away Glitzy Guru from Easy Pick, but Secret Haze shot away at the 100, dash 3 in front of Glitzy Guru, Pelagia and Easy Pick, and Secret Haze, the class runner, comes on for an easy victory, scored by 2.5 Pelagia. A long neck away third, Glitzy Guru, ready for further now, then Burzam from Easy Pick, a nice run, and then Cavalli Veloci, Flamebird, Wilds of Virginia, Liberal Sally from Kuda Tiara, Lucy's Gift a long way back, and Squirtle was last over the line. Secret Haze, 260, 250 and 260. Number 3, ridden by Simon Price for Tony McAvoy by Dane Hill from Cajun Magic. Raced by the Swettenham Stud Syndicate, dropping from 2 black type races into this fillies and mares handicap, has been much too good for them. Number 3, and beaten Pelagia, number 4, Glendorrel for Joe Hall. And Glitzy Guru, number 1, in 3rd place, Jason Holder for Leon McDonald. We can see when the speed's on, they can win from anywhere at Oakbank. They were sweeping home wide out. It's exciting racing, and we look forward now to the third, the Yalumba Classic Hurdle over 3,600.
As we watch the famed Sangster colours turn for home out wide, blue sleeves, white cap, Simon Price and Tony McAvoy. Tony has been up in Sydney looking at yearlings for the Inglis Easter sales, which kick off tomorrow. Just first 4 to be confirmed for those taking first 4s, New South Wales. Trifectas, Unitab 132.40, New South Wales 142.80, and Super Tab $121.30. Going onto the track at Randwick for the first of our big group races for coverage today. And That's the scene with Secret Haze winning at Oakbank. The big class drop, the daughter of Danehill and Cajun Magic collecting the cash. The favourite Salome goes onto the track as we return. Matthew, to you before the Fernhill.
All right, thanks, Brendan. And, of course, just mentioning Tony McAvoy there. He's at Randwick this afternoon and will be represented by Dubai Ice in the sires a little bit later this afternoon at only its second start. But the Fernhill handicap over 1,600 metres is coming up shortly. The very, very firm favourite is Salome, number 3. Ron Duffy's got the late mail. Hard to go past, isn't it?
Oh, well, she's a big tip on track, Salome, Matt. You know, she looks like the mile on a home track will suit. And barrier 1, she should get the run of the race. In saying that, I'm going for value in the race with number 8, Minority. Now, this horse really impresses me as a miler. Good run getting home over the 1,400 at Warwick Farm last start, indicating the mile and the big stretches here at Randwick are going to suit this big, strong horse by Quest for Fame. Another one at long odds, I thought number 7, Reeve, a nice filly from the Paul Perry stable by Flying Spur. She's got to go from 12.50 straight to a mile, but she gives the impression that she won't have too many problems with that. I'd include her in your multiples. Can't fault Salome. She is a big tip on track and very, very firm favourite. Charlie Bubb had no luck at all last start and expect a forward showing from this gelding as well. I've marked them 8, 7, 3 and 1.
8, 7, 3 and 1. Very prestigious race, the Fernhill Handicap. The winner of this race usually goes on to be something pretty smart. It's been won by some top horses over the years. Dane Wynn, March Hare, Kinjite, Centro, Bozam are on the honour roll as Fernhill Handicap winners. So whoever wins it this afternoon, it might pay to stick with them. Brendan, the race is coming up in 4 minutes. Activity on track. Salome, number 3, has been very, very strongly tipped.
OK, that's interesting to hear. Salome was strongly supported in the Bailey at Warwick Farm on that Sunday meeting. It's an amazing honour roll. So many horses have become Group 1 stars. You can throw in Marimbula Bay and Sound Horizon. Bozam was one of my favourites from this race. Dracula and Anthem's also won as well, and Matt mentioned some other superstars. Caulfield, we have...
Now, the rider has dismounted from the Barbara Joseph trained Just Different. I refer to Johnny Scourse.